Alright, I'm back. So, in the last video I was going through some of the corals I wanted to just get some video of before I broke down my 120 gallon tank for an upgrade here. So now I wanted to talk a little bit about the equipment, some of the things that are wrong with this tank that I want to fix with the next one. So one of the things I actually do like is the way the canopy here flips up and down. I'll see if I can demonstrate it without doing anything, but I designed it so the whole front of the canopy there can fold down or up. And my lighting system in here is two 250 watt singleted metal halides, and then I have three VHO tubes. Two of them are actinic and one is actually a daylight bulb. And so you can see I can also flip those two VHO tubes up to get into the tank. Have some fans in the canopy. Well, that's pretty good. The fans are off right now because it's winter time. So one of my major complaints about this tank is the center overflow box, which I thought was cool when I had a tank built 12 years ago. But the fact is that it's really hard to get into there, it's really hard to access the plumbing, and the big giant overflow box takes up a lot of space in the tank. As you can see, if I go over here, we've got some coral colonies growing on the overflow box, and the bubble tip is nestled in the corner there. But it really kind of makes aquascaping tough. Alright, now to continue my thought about the trouble with accessing the plumbing on that overflow box because of the way it has the Euro bracing, which I like Euro bracing as opposed to having a big glass brace across the middle of your tank. But I've been living with this nasty salt creep for a couple years now. It's a little tough to see because of the way the lighting is there, but basically the bulkheads here, there we go, have been leaking for a while, and I have really no way to get to them to fix the leak, so I've just been dealing with the leak. It's been dripping, it's been causing all kinds of salt creep. Alright, so down here in my sump, I actually built this sump. Let me back up a little bit. I made it as big as I possibly could to fit under here, which is great because I don't have to worry about it overflowing when the power goes out or anything like that. But I also don't have much room for any extra equipment down here. I have a pump over on this side. It's a carbon media reactor, and then there's another pump in this little chamber I have there with the pH probe and an ORP probe. This sump does work great for growing Kato. You can see a lot of it growing there, and I have a little that's a little 70 watt metal halide bulb, a 10K bulb I use that's on about 12 hours a night. And there's my skimmer, which is a Reef Octopus, I think a SRO Super Reef Octopus 5000. And it's the model with the pump actually inside the skimmer body, so it doesn't take up as much space. So the leak I mentioned there with the bulkheads is really one of the main reasons that I'm wanting to replace this tank. I'm afraid that the water leaking there is eventually going to rot the wood and could cause the integrity of the tank to be compromised. So another thing that has happened here with this tank is my big clam there, whenever I feed the tank or just when he kind of gets annoyed about something, he closes really fast, and he can actually squirt water out of the front side of the tank or the back side. So let me show you. I have these nice slate floors, and it may not be very evident on the pictures here, but the all the salt water being splashed has actually eaten away at those floors. And when I sweep the floors, these giant flakes come off of it. Let me see if I can see some here. The focus. Yeah, like here's a big flake of slate floor just coming off. Just because it's basically turning to mud from all the salt water spilled on it. So I would advise against having natural stone slate floors in a room with a big reef tank. And then behind the tank here, you can see where just massive amounts of water have been splashed out by that clam. It's messed up the baseboards and the drywall down here. So I'm gonna have to have all that fixed. Once I get the tank out of here, you can see I actually put that trash bag there because to deflect some of the water, because the clam would actually splash, and there's an outlet down there that's a GFCI that would get tripped by all the water getting splashed on it. Not to mention it's a fire hazard. So hopefully a lot of that will be fixed with the next tank version here. Let me go back on the other side of the wall here. Show you guys my rat's nest here. This is something I want to improve. That is where just about everything that's a piece of equipment on the other side of the wall here is plugged in. You can see I actually have the SpectraPure liter meter pump module down there for top off. I have some pipes that go out to my garage where some other equipment is. And I've got two Apex, I got my Apex controller buried in the wires there, and two of the Energy Bar 8s that everything's plugged into for control. There's my liter meter control unit, but you can see all that stuff would be nice to enclose in a cabinet a little more neatly. Up there's where I have my metal halide ballast, and that's actually a battery backup that I have my main circulation pump on, so it can run for an hour or so if the power goes out. Alright, so let's go out to the garage.